A calm morning begins with small rituals. Making my bed feels like putting my thoughts in order. The warm sunlight makes the room and me feel warmer and happier. Clean the room feels like clean the mind, removing the clutter not just from our space, but also from our thoughts, leaving room for clarity and focus. Today I want to share some books that have almost changed my life. The first book is Conversation with God. It's actually a trilogy. The first book was about life itself, about love, fear, happiness, and how our thoughts create our reality. It made me realize that everything starts from within and that we are all connected to something greater. The second book goes deeper into our relationships, not only with people but also with power, money, and the society. It teaches how we can live with more honesty and awareness instead of being controlled by fear or expectations. The third book is about the universe, about who we truly are and what life means on a spiritual level. It's not religious, but made me think deeply about how small we are, how powerful our minds can be. I like to use a reading app because it's more convenient for me. I could read other people's comments while reading. It feels like reading with some friends that I have never met. The app also counted my reading time. Even if I only read 1 minute a day, it became a big number after 1 year, so I persuaded myself to read every day. After a while, my body got used to it. Reading before sleep became my quiet time, and somehow it helped me sleep better with words surrounding me. The second is the courage to be disliked. I read it when I just had started working. At that time, I was curious about everything. This book helped me build a calm inner world. It taught me that no matter what happens, I can face it with my own thoughts and find peace in it. The next one is Siddhartha. After reading it, I also read another one called Older Past, Sweater Clouds. Both talk about the Buddha's life and his journey to find the enlightenment. Siddhartha is shorter and easier to read, while Older Past, White Clouds goes deeper into more stories and reflections. If you are new to this topic, I'd recommend starting with Siddhartha. It's simple but quite powerful. Recently, I'm reading Dao De Jing, which is a classic work of ancient Chinese philosophy, and the Almanac of Naval Ravikant. Both have given me new perspectives on how to live with more clarity and intention. I used to read 3 or 4 books at a time. I wouldn't feel tired. I could think deeply. I hope to share more books in the future and keep this little reading journey going. I feel grateful on a sunny winter day. It feels like stories can happen anywhere. I could spend more time wandering the streets, noticing the little moments around me. When I heard music on the street, I wanted to sit down and listen. The woman sitting next to me told me it was already finished. I felt a little disappointed, but at the same time, I felt a warmth from their smiles. I ran into many kids wearing unusual costumes on the street during All Saints' Day. Music played in the evening, filling the streets with a romantic and festive atmosphere. Amid these simple everyday scenes, I slowly realized that life works in much the same way. It changes quietly and subtly. Some shifts happen without notice, one moment flowing naturally into the next. And only when we look back do we see how the day's mood has completely shifted. These subtle changes remind me that life isn't prearranged. It moves forward at its own pace. Life is always full of surprises and unexpected moments. Even when plans don't go the way we expect, these moments remind us to stay open and adaptable. Small changes, sudden opportunities, or unexpected challenges often teach us more than the days that go exactly as planned. I just got lost because the bus changed the route. I don't know why the bus changed the road, and I find it's weird because it's different from the map. Finally, I arrived at IKEA and bought a quilt cover and some plates. When I came out, the sun was already on the horizon. I stood by the road, waiting for the bus for almost 20 minutes. The street was quiet, and I watched the sky slowly turn dark. At that moment, I felt a little afraid. The quiet and the fading light made everything feel a bit unexpected. I hadn't planned for this, standing there alone, watching the colors shift and the day slowly end. The air felt cooler than I expected, and the silence was heavier than usual. Cars passed by occasionally, their headlights briefly cutting through the dim light, and I realized how small and unpredictable these moments can be. Even though it was just an ordinary evening, it didn't feel ordinary at all. It was one of those small, unplanned experiences that suddenly catch you off guard.